Oh, hello, everybody. This is Sergeant Epic here, and welcome to my all-new comic haul number 106. That is right, I'm back from the all-new comic haul. This is a really good one, actually. I'm really excited. There was some impulse buying, but it was impulse slash actually invested buying because well, a couple things were pure on just impulse buying because I wanted to read them, but a couple buys, which are going to be the last two comics you see today, I literally just bought tonight, and they were investments and impulse buys because they were impulse buys and I really want them in my collection. But actually, I bought them. Half the reason I bought them also was actually because I am planning to sell them in the future, and I know I can make a really good profit off them because I actually got them for like under half of what they're actually worth, or no, at half of what they're actually worth, and one of them a tad bit over, but I might actually still be like half once I do a little more research into it. But yeah, but those comics are actually up out of the frame over here because I'm gonna pull them over after. But yeah, got quite a big stack of comics here from earlier this week. I got this manga with the other two comics up here earlier tonight, but I got this big stack of comics on like Wednesday, and I've just been waiting to be able to make a video, and I figured I might get a bit more stuff. And actually, the two comics at the end were brought in new today from somebody. They brought in a ton of comics for in-store credit, and yeah, these two that you guys are gonna see at the end of the video, I just couldn't help but get, and just yeah. So we're gonna get right into the haul. I don't want to take too long here tonight. In this stack, I got some Image stuff, some DC stuff, and some Marvel stuff. Nothing out of that. Well, technically, there was the one Vertigo title. There's an issue of that you guys know I get. So yeah, there's Vertigo 2 technically, but yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get right into the haul. So first off, I get Outpost Zero issue number 7. Staying up to date on this title, I've only read and reviewed the first two issues of this title. I'm planning to get back into reading this title soon. Hopefully, even just reading 3 and 4 to finish off the first arc is kind of my goal to do in the next little bit. Cause if anything, I'd rather try to read by arc, if anything. So yeah, got that. Of course, there's only one cover. And another title, actually one of the titles I finished off in this haul. I did finish off 2 or 3 titles, I think it was. I finally finished Cold Spots, the 5-issue miniseries from horror title from Image from late last year. I got Cold Spots issue number 4 and Cold Spots issue number 5. Excited to read this one. I haven't read any issues yet of this. And speaking of the Vertigo title, here is Hexwife's issue number 5. The second last issue. It appears that this series is going to end at issue 6. So yeah. I read and reviewed the first issue of this series and enjoyed it quite a bit. Excited to get back into reading this one more, and I'm hoping it is really good. Moving on to DC now, there was a lot of just staying up to date in this haul, but there was also some big catching up moments that were really good and needed to. There are some titles I caught up on big time. I actually have like 2 or 3 bags and boards here that I'm gonna have to rebag and board too, because they got messed up somehow. But yeah. But anyway, to start out the DC haul, I wanted to stay caught up in Martian Manhunter with issue number 3. So I got the regular cover here and the variant cover, which is I really like the variant. And a couple titles I caught up on were the Wildstorm titles. I caught up on them quite a bit, but not fully. It was about damn time I finally get some more Wildstorm in my life, and these are another 2 titles I need to start reading again more with Wildstorm and Wildstorm Michael Cray. First off, I got this really old variant for issue number 6 that's been sitting in my pull for a while that I just never got around to picking up. It's cover C, and there's a sticker on the bag here that I gotta try to take off at some point. But yeah. I got my Wildstorm Michael Cray issue number 10. of 12. I got Wildstorm issue number 16, regular cover, and the beautiful variant. This was the last real awesome variant, I think, for Wildstorm. Like, the other variants, the covers are alright and stuff, but that was the real, like, great one. Last real great one I remember. Got Wildstorm Microcrate issue number 11. Got Wildstorm number 17, cover A, and cover B, which at least it's Angela Spica or whatever. I got the last issue of Wildstorm Microcrate here with issue number 12, and then Wildstorm issue number 18. So I finished off Michael Crate and finished off the third arc of Wildstorm, which is my goal with this haul. So I'm still 2 issues behind. I'm picking up for Wildstorm. The series is at the end in June. So yeah, got cover A here of this one, and also the variant. Got the regular and the variant. Pretty good stuff. One of my favorite titles from the past 2 years. Got to get back into reading it, but yeah. Moving on to Marvel now. We're first starting off with one of the titles I caught up on big time in this haul, and that is Tony Stark Iron Man. That's where that sentence is supposed to end. I legit actually caught up all the way to the latest issue of Tony Stark Iron Man, which feels really good. I've only read and reviewed the first issue, but this is a title I'm actually planning to hopefully start picking up my reading of soon, because I don't actually have this title on my pull yet, but I put it away in my pull anyway, because if you guys don't know, I actually work at a comic shop and blah blah blah, so I put my own comics away and whatever, but I actually gotta start reading this so I can decide if it really is good enough to go on my pull list or not. But I got Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 5, got the regular cover and the Battle Lines variant. And I got Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 6, regular and the Battle Lines variant. Battle Lines variants are returning in May this year too, which is quite something. I got Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 7 and Tony Stark Iron Man issue number 8. So yeah, well, this is a really cool cover actually. So yeah. A couple titles here in a row we'll see that I just wanted to stay caught up to date on. Got Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 2. I won't be reading Guardians of the Galaxy anytime soon because I'm not planning to read it until I finish off all the Infinity War stuff, and I literally just finished reading and reviewing all the rest of Infinity Countdown that I had, which yeah, there's an update for you guys. I have the reviews out of all the Infinity Countdown stuff now, so if you want to see what I thought of that, go over the League of Comic Geeks. I'm planning to get into reading Infinity War soon, hopefully. So yeah, recently I've also been focusing on Justice League a lot. I went from only having up to issue 4 read and reviewed to I literally just put out my review of issue number 10 tonight. So that's 6 issues in the past like week and a half. And of Justice League Dark, I'm halfway through the Witching Hour crossover now. I've read 2, 3, and 4 of Justice League Dark main series. I've read the one shot to begin the Witching Hour and Wonder Woman 56, which is part 2 of the Witching Hour. Got all those read and reviewed. I've gotten Justice League Odyssey finally started reading. I got the first 2 issues read and reviewed of that. I've gotten a couple more issues of Maestro's read and reviewed with issues 4 and 5, I think it was. So I need a couple more issues of that, so I'm caught up. Reviewed issue 4 of Mara, Queen of Atlantis. Punisher, I have finally got the 221 read and reviewed, so all my rereads are done, and all my rereads with my reviews, so I can finally read some new Punisher issues. And Astonishing X-Men, I've got up to issue 8 reviewed now. It's just, I've been reviewing the whole time. Issue 989 was the last Detective Comics issue I got reviewed there. So I've been doing a lot more reading and reviewing recently. Death for Glory number 5 I just read and reviewed like yesterday or whatever, which was great. So yeah, I'm also up to date on The Walking Dead and on Spider-Man Deadpool. But I don't review those 2 titles, so yeah. Good times. But yeah, I got Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 2 to stay up to date on my buy-in of that title. And I got Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 3. Want to stay up to date on this one. I haven't started reading it yet. Hopefully we'll soon. And another title I wanted to finish off finally was Multiple Man, so I picked up issues 4 and 5 of this one. Finally get this one. I will actually definitely be reading this one soon. I got the first issue read and reviewed when it first came out, so I'm hoping to read the last 4 issues here soon. And to like Tony Stark, Iron Man, another title I caught up hardcore from Marvel is actually Mr. and Mrs. X, and I'm up to date as of right now on this title. So I got Mr. and Mrs. X, Mr. and Mrs. X issues number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You guys just got spoiled to something there. And now I'm up to date on Mr. and Mrs. X, otherwise known as Rogue and Gambit. So yeah. And now moving on to the impulse buy that was aforementioned, and honestly, this will probably be in the title anyway. So you guys probably already knew anyway this was coming, but yeah. I impulse bought Daredevil. I was not planning to buy Daredevil. It was not on my list of things to really buy. I was interested in getting it, and actually was very intrigued in getting it because the creative team on here is awesome. And the covers are really good. The thing that pushed me over the edge to actually buy this, because like I said, I really was going to avoid it because I'm trying to cut down and stuff, and I'm actually starting to build up a stack of comics to sell and everything. But I have been hearing nonstop, like, basically all good and great reviews about this title so far. So I legit just went to the comic stand and picked up the first issue and the second issue. I got Daredevil issues 1 and 2 here. I'm going to be getting second print variants when they come too. And I'm more than likely probably going to like this. I flipped through it. It actually looks like it's going to be really good. I love Chip Zdarsky's writing. I love Margot Giacchino's art. So I'm more than likely going to really enjoy this. I've literally never bought any Daredevil comics before. I've kind of avoided the character. He's not my favorite character. I haven't even finished the first season of the Netflix show yet. I like the show, but it's not one of my favorite Marvel Netflix shows. I prefer Luke Cage or Jessica Jones any day, or Punisher, especially Punisher. But Daredevil's actually my two least favorites with Iron Fist. But I do like the Daredevil show. I just haven't watched as much as I should. But it sometimes fails to intrigue me as much. And it's canceled, of course. But this is my first 2 Daredevil comics. I've heard like nonstop great things about this title. So I just caved in and it had to give this a try, and I think I'm probably gonna like it, and this probably will end up on my pull more than likely. I actually really hope that I somehow do hate this, but I really don't think I'm going to. I really think I'm actually probably gonna love this. And every taste I do get of Daredevil and other comics, I tend to quite like, and I have read a couple comics with Daredevil in the past that I don't actually own, and I tend to like how he's characterized in the comics and everything enough, and he's never been one of my favorites, but I feel like he's kind of like gonna have the Superman effect on me where I end up kind of loving Daredevil. But yeah, I mean, I got issues 1 and 2 here, awesome covers. I don't know what to say. I have a feeling I'm probably gonna love this, and I loved him in every other film I've read him in so far. Not loved him, but enjoyed him quite a bit, like Hunt for Wolverine, and other stuff. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna move on now. I talked about those enough. I was gonna make these the last 2 fins of this haul, but now anyway, with the fins I got above, they wouldn't have been anyway. But I got even more. That's right, I got even more. I got a couple another huge fins here. I started, and you guys should have known I was gonna get this, but I finally started and picked up Avengers No Road Home, and I got the first 3 issues. So I got all the issues from last month. Well, actually, we didn't get our comics in from this past week yet, so I only got what we have in the shop right now. But I got Avengers No Road Home issue number 1, regular cover. This cool cover variant, who I forget who does it, but quite a beautiful cover. And the Suyen Connectin cover. I got issue number 2, regular cover, Suyen Connecting cover, and issue number 3, regular cover and Suyen Connecting cover. So that I got all the connecting covers from Suyen now. And to end off this part of the haul, I caught up on the Age of X-Men stuff to what we got in the shop. So all the stuff from the end of January through February. So I got the Age of X-Men Alpha one-shot. I got the Marvelous X-Men issue number 1 of 5, regular cover, and Inhuek Lee variant connecting cover. I got Next Gen issue number 1 of 5. Yes, I am getting all the Age of X-Men titles, and yes, it is probably going to hurt me quite a bit, but I've been picking up Uncanny X-Men. I'm big into the X-Men. I couldn't help but pick these up. I just can't wait till they're over, and it'll be a relief to say the least. Next Generation #1 regular cover and Inhumanly connecting cover. I'm only getting 2 covers of the issue #1s, and then only going to be getting 1 cover, regular cover after that. There's not really any covers after that anyway, so it's actually not the worst. Like, I didn't go all out and buy all the covers for the issue 1s and everything, so I wasn't going to be ridiculous about it. I just wanted the awesome and Inhumanly connecting covers, which will probably go for quite a bit in the future, if they're not already. And I have to get the regular covers, so yeah. I got the Amazing Nightcrawler #1 of 5 regular cover. This title I'm actually the most excited about is the Amazing Nightcrawler, and flipping through, it's the one that after flipping through, it's the one I'm probably the most excited for still, because the one I'm the least excited for is probably actually surprisingly the Marvel's X-Men, which when these were first announced was probably the one I was most excited for. Next Gen looks kind of like it might be interesting, but I'm actually quite excited for the next one, Inhumanly connecting cover of that one too, by the way. I'm actually kind of excited and think I'm going to be impressed by this one, The Extremist. This one looks like it's going to be a sleeper hit, kind of. So I have big hopes for this one. It's got The Extremist #1 of 5 regular cover and Inhumanly connecting cover. I've heard good things about this one and how Blob's characterized, so that's also why I say that, because this is the one I've probably heard the most good about, actually. So yeah. Anyway, though, we're gonna move on. Before I reveal what those 2 comics are that I bought tonight that are really cool, I'm going to show off the manga I bought. I also bought Tokyo Ghoul Volume 8, so now I'm over halfway through the title. And great, I haven't read Volume 7 yet, but I've read the rest. Tokyo Ghoul is awesome. Anyway, moving on though, to the last 2 comics of this haul. The Impulse but investment buys, because I know I can sell them for more than I paid for them. They are both The Amazing Spider-Man issue #1/802 from last year, the relaunch after Dan Slott left the title. But they are really cool variants from the Comic Mint, which is a comics marketplace or something like that, whatever. They are exclusive covers. Like I said, a guy brought these in for in-store credit. These are really cool. So the deal, they're both really cool variants by Greg Horn. This is the Comic Mint Greg Horn variant cover A, which is like a regular cover with title and everything. As you can see, I paid $7.50, which actually isn't that much more than the regular comic. It's actually only like 50 cents more, really, for Canadians. A beautiful cover. Its beauty probably doesn't get properly displayed over a video. I'm going to be rebagging and boarding both these comics after this video, because the next comic, the bag actually gets split at the back where the tape is and stuff somehow, so yeah. The thing about this comic, it is limited to 3,000 copies, so I have one of 3,000 copies of this comic now. And it's such a beautiful cover, and it goes for at least double what I paid for it. So yeah, if not, I might be able to get more out of it too. So this was actually honestly more on the investment side over the enjoyment of having these in my collection. Of course, though, they were like calling to me throughout the whole time that I was around them tonight, so I just had to pick them up. But I do plan on selling these in the future. I'm probably going to hang on to them for quite a while, but they probably will be sold in the future. I think they're going to go up, if anything, or at least they're not going to dwindle too far from the current price, that I will still be able to probably profit on them whenever I do decide to sell them. But I'm hoping and thinking they may even go up in price, especially because of their rarity. But yeah, and I haven't even gotten to talk to you guys about the last one yet. Because look at this one. This cover B, the Comic Mint Greg Horn variant, cover B for Amazing Spider-Man #1, is the symbiote suit. Also beautiful. It's also a Virgin cover, because only cover A variant isn't a Virgin. There's a cover C with Carnage that's even more expensive, but he didn't bring that in. These are both in beautiful condition, by the way, too. I almost hate to take these out to have to rebag and board them, but I need to rebag and board them. Yes, you did see that price tag, right? I may have paid $20 for this, but like I said, I can make double the amount off these comics. Actually, technically technically from what we price these comics with, it's actually a little under half, but I can still like make basically like $15 off this comic. Actually, it's 14, but off this comic from the price and of rating of the price we worked with from the rating we fought and on this. Its actually original price was like $16.99, not $19.99, and when it went to get repriced, which I may have done on accident. Went too quick and may have accidentally put the wrong sticker, the wrong price on, and I accidentally ended up screwing myself over and paid a bit more. But I actually think I can get double the price out of this one, and I actually have to do more research on eBay and stuff because I think these might even go more than the comic price guide site online says they do. They actually probably do. There's a good chance they do, because that usually is how it actually goes, especially on newer titles like these. I've been looking into stuff more, because like I said, I'm getting stuff prepared to sell and everything, and I've been looking into stuff, and I use that site, and then I go check eBay, and they actually are going for more, but like they don't update the comic price guide like all the time. So yeah, I could probably I can probably double this one still. I'm pretty confident that I probably could. So yeah, I could even possibly, I could, I could probably, I might even be able to get over double for this one right now. Like, I don't know for sure. I gotta do more research, but I can definitely make my money well back. My money back well over on these. I can probably get at least double on both of these, I'm thinking. So, and the research so far is kind of supporting that for the most part. I mean, not exactly on this one, but yeah. And the deal with this one, I didn't even get into it fully yet. You can see they're written on what this one says limited to 3,000. Guess what? This one is limited to 1,000 copies. Yes, that's right. I have 1 in 1,000 copies. I have 1 of 1,000 copies. This is a 1 in 1,000 comic. These are some of the coolest comics I have in my collection now. It's not every day I get cool incentives and rare variants and exclusive variants like this. I don't get things like these in every day. So when these came in today, and they struck me with how beautiful of covers they were, and with thinking how I can make back double on these what I would pay for them, I just went ahead and had to pull the trigger for once. You guys won't see me do this like ever again, or for the longest of times, because this is not a me maneuver to do. I could have gotten more regular comics out of this, the amount I spent on these, but these were so cool, and they are so rare, and they already go for double what I paid for them, so I just had to get them, and they are welcome inclusions to my collection because they are 2 of the, if not the 2 coolest comics I have in my collection, and 2 of the ones that go for the most. I have Edge of Spider-Verse #2, which goes for a lot more than both of these combined. It goes for hundreds of dollars, but I can't sell it because I only have 1 copy, and I plan on probably reading it in the future, so I don't want to give it away. But yeah, don't want to sell it, even though it probably would be nice. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video now. Enough talk. I just want to stare at these covers all day. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video now, like I said. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and even share if you would like to. And anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video, and peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye.